Hi, it's Friday. It's time for another prolific banking transformation conversation. This is episode 9, which is leveraging technology, a closer look at robotic process automation, or RPA, part 1. And I am so excited to have with us today a couple of guests, our friends from Atlantic Capital Bank in Atlanta. We have Mark Robertson, Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Joe. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. And Bill John, Senior Vice President of Program and Production Support Manager at Atlantic Capital. Morning, Bill.
Morning, Joe. Glad to be here.
Thank you so much. So let's kind of kick it off. Again, we're going to take a closer look at RPA, or robotic process automation. And Mark, from a business and operations perspective, do you view RPA simply as a tool to gain efficiency, or do you see this technology as something larger?
Yeah, that's a good question, Joe. And you know what, I think a lot of the larger institutions do look at it as an opportunity for efficiency. We are a small institution, 200 employees total, and less than 50 in production positions and in the operational areas. We looked at it more of avoidance of expense growth as we went forward, but also from the perspective of consistency in process. So it's a quality component as well for us. We always used the term when we went to robotics and we knew Atlantic Capital was going to grow. This was more for us to leverage our employees' minds in the production environment than the dexterity of their hands. And so that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to get our expenses focused more on servicing the customer and being that relationship bank, and let the robotics be able to do more the rote tasks that are out there. So as small as we are, we didn't have the expense efficiency, but it gave us the consistency, and it allowed our employees to really focus on relationship. So
that makes sense. So I'm curious, do you see this as an interim step on the path towards digital transformation?
Yeah, another good question. And yes, depending on however you define digital transformation, right? There's a lot of terms in the banking world that are being used, and digital transformation is one of those. Again, a large retail bank, or even a larger commercial bank than we are, digital transformation is really driven more around, what I hear in the marketplace and how it's more commonly used is, how to change that digital experience of interacting with your customer and reaching your customer and servicing your customer. And yes, there is that, and robotics certainly can help you with that, as well as the other automation technologies that are out there. For us, it is a digital transformation in the back office. The more we use it, the more we do it, you begin spending your investment dollars and on your human capital dollars in different skill sets, because now you're not really focused on that data entry process or that transaction movement activity. You're trying to let the bots do that. So it does transform us in, our job descriptions for our employees, because they're going to spend more time doing, non-repeatable transactional activity. But it also opens up additional job opportunities for us to bring, bot scripters in, RPA experts and so forth. So, there is that transformation as well. And in the end goal, I think what everybody's going for is, a more effective experience for our customers in the delivery of our product and services, and being able to have speed to market and speed to revenue for solutions within that.
Well, that's great, Mark. Thank you. I mean, that's certainly, a good foundation and provides a lot of context, moving forward here. So, Bill, I know you kind of drove this effort. Tell us about the RPA journey and your experience and how that might inform how you would leverage the robotics moving forward.
I'd love to. I came from the engineering world, and even when I was in college, I did some industrial automation. So when Mark and I first started talking about automating some of the things that we did on a daily basis within the bank, I actually got really excited about it, and wasn't really sure yet how we were going to actually start down that journey, other than the fact that we were going to start with getting a RPA tool. And quite honestly, I mean, we got it, and I started playing with it as kind of just to see what kind of functionality it would have. Again, with my engineering and software background, I was really anxious to see what we could leverage it with. And it was very, very early on, and found a couple of uses to help do some very, very simple things, and was surprised at how easy it really was just out of the box to do some very simple repeatable processes and got them automated. And as we got more mature, and I think this goes to a bigger question about how an organization would look at it. As you mature in this, you automatically go, I didn't know this could do this. Let's maybe think about this in a different way, because we have gone from using it just for, quite honestly, things that were kind of mundane and kind of repeatable processes, to now we're actually incorporating some workflow aspects to it. And it is actually transforming our customer experience for things as simple as, some of the billing that we send to our customers. It would have been very, very costly to change going from paper bills to electronic bills. Well, we found ways to actually leverage our RPA experience to now help us in that journey. There are other things that we're trying to do to enhance our customer experience around how they interact with us around some of our ACH operations. So it's a maturity thing. And so as we have learned more and leveraged it more, we're actually finding more and more ways to do it. So it's been really kind of a fun journey, to be quite honest.
That's great. I mean, a lot of times we talk about technology, but there isn't a lot of context around that. And that certainly provides a lot of context and gives some great examples as to how the technology can be used. So I think we'll leave it there for now. This is great, Mark and Bill. I really appreciate you being here. Mark and Bill will join us for our next episode, where we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive around RPA application. So definitely tune in for part 2 as well. If you're watching this on our blog, feel free to comment. If you're looking at it on LinkedIn, please send any questions or comments you've got there. But thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.